Lesson 8, more declension of O stems. All right, let's read through the vocab. Doulos, ha. Misthos, ha. Oikos, ha. Oinos, ha. Ophthalmos, ha. Doron, ta. Ploion, ta. Poterion, ta. Prosopon, ta. Sabaton, ta. We also have a preposition here, apo, and it means from or off, and it is used with the ablative case in the New Testament. We're going to be taking a closer look at the accents when we get to declining doulos, and I believe we also decline doron. And here we're to notice that when the breathing and the circumflex belong to the same vowel or diphthong, the circumflex is written over the breathing. Let's just zoom in on that. So you see that circumflex over the smooth breathing mark in oikos and oinos. And I am going to link a worksheet where I've been writing out the declensions of these stems for the accents. I've been typing them because I just find that it's easier to read and look at as opposed to my own handwriting. And so I'm not going to be using index cards for that, and I will link a downloadable reference for you for that. So now we've got two stems right next to each other, and the accent happens to be a circumflex in both of these words in the nominative singular, and it also happens to be on the penult, which is the second to last syllable in the word. These words only have two syllables, and so we're going to just take a look at them side by side here. Observe the circumflex accent, it occurs only on a long syllable. So in the nominative singular in doulos, that's a diphthong, that's long. And in the nominative singular in doron, that's a omega, and that is long. When the circumflex accent is written on the penult, the last syllable is short. So let's scroll back and take a look here. Let us look at the genitive, the ablative, the locative, the instrumental, and the dative. In these words, the ultima is long, and we cannot have a circumflex on the penult because the last syllable is long. However, since the accent is on the penult in the singular, it's going to stay on the penult, and so we just simply change the circumflex to the acute, and we keep it on the syllable it's supposed to be on. And I'm just going to read through number 49. The circumflex accent, it may stand on the ultima or on the penult. So that's the last syllable or the second to last syllable. The circumflex can never stand on the antepenult, which is the third to last. So you're only ever going to see that circumflex on the last syllable or the second to last. When you have an ultima that is long, the circumflex cannot stand on the penult. When the ultima, the last syllable, is short, and when that penult is long, the penult can take the circumflex if it is to be accented. And so the words that we've declined in this example, that is applicable in this case. I would recommend just kind of looking at these and reading over 49 until you kind of get the rules for accents. This isn't something that you'll probably just remember after hearing it once. You're going to have to work with these words. You're going to have to be writing them. You're going to have to be mentally changing them from case to case and writing them out and figuring out where the accent goes. And again, I'm certainly guilty. I really should be remembering where the accent is placed and which kind of accent it is when I learn these vocabulary words. I'm not, and so I'm having trouble. I literally have to go back and look in the glossary, and that's okay. The point is to know where you aren't remembering something, and then you just go find the answer. All right, I think that concludes Chapter 8, and we're up to the exercise, and we'll get to that in 8.2.